Hey guys, this is SF and welcome to Impossible Mondays. This week it is Avalon, and some people wanted me to use a full team of Lancelots, so here it is, a full team of Lancelots. And not much to talk about with a full team of Lancelots. It's just that you're basically pinching and all that stuff. In terms of damage, is really big actually. The spark bullets, if you have multiples of them, then it does a lot of work, but we will see how much it does. I filmed this a few weeks ago, but we'll see how well full Lancelots do. I usually don't recommend these kinds of teams because, you know, not everybody has 4 Lancelots, but just for the lulz, we'll bring that full Lancelot team. And I'm pretty sure like a lot of people know how to bring Avalon, like how to do Avalon, especially if you saw my past videos. And so I was kind of debating if I should commentate for this, but just for your entertainment, and it's a relatively long video, just that Avalon is a very long dungeon itself. So why not talk about Lancelot? Well, actually Lancelot, some people think that whenever I talk about whenever I get into a Lancelot talk, especially for the Transcendent version, is the artwork. And if you've seen the artwork, then it's kind of twisted in a way, because he's basically stabbing an innocent fairy thing. And you know, I researched it up on Wikipedia once and I missed that pinch. But basically after like the Knights of the Round kind of died off, I think he sabotaged it too. I don't remember that much, but he went on his own and then he started making experiments against nuns. And nuns are, you know, pure, like, you know, I don't know how you explain them, but just like females that are pure. And missed that. I think I screwed up a lot on this stage, that's why it took so long. But anyways, so yeah, so that's how the fairy represents the nuns. And I tried to not clear the left biker, or the Diablo, and sadly I failed very, very hard. Yeah, this is probably where I screwed up a lot, in my opinion. But yeah, Lancelot made experiments against nuns. That's why he's stabbing a fairy thing, because fairies are cute and pure entities, and nuns are pure, probably not cute entities, depending on the age of that nun. But that's the history of Lancelot. And you know, Monster Strike does research, does look on these types of things, so it's really cool in that way. I think like there's like other stuff, you know. Guild Array has that's strike shot here. Oh yeah, strike shot to put him low. And since both are low, then, you know, boom boom. And a strike shot too, just in case. It is a 4-turn strike shot, and so it's very easy to get it back up and stall it back up too, because Avalon is a really, really long stage. But yeah, Guild Array and, you know, Joan of Arc in history are all linked together. Even like Zeus and Hera, they are not newlyweds. They are, you know, they are a couple. They're married. They're a married couple. So there's that. I really like Zeus. I really like the Zeus in the Ascendant Harley, just because he's a cute, cuddly like plushie. So it's pretty cool. But he is a cute plushie in the evolved version of Hera. But you know, Hera looks a little bit, you know, pretty crazy in the head. Pretty crazy in the head. And let's see if I get there. Yeah, get down there. And since he's down there, he'll be down there even after the power up of the Legion. What other like really cool interactions of like historical figures with, you know, Monster Strike? I can't really think of. I remember it's like Guild Array and Joan of Arc. they share like the same abilities and stuff like that. Of course, Gilderay is a little bit slower power type, and of course Jeanne d'Arc is a, or Jeanne d'Arc is a, why did I say Joan of Arc? I'm pretty sure there's a Joan of Arc, but like, oh, whatever. I think it's French Joan of Arc and then English is Jeanne of Arc or something. I'm really bad at history. I'm just telling you guys. I'm really bad at history in general. And yeah, I'm really bad. And I'm not a history major. I'm not like an English major either. So I'm an Asian nerd, I guess. That's how you say it. And this was a bad shot by me. So it is pretty sketchy. And I'm just gonna get that guy out of the way. Yeah. And let me take a lot of laser damage. Now, it is not surprising to see Lancelot and Monster Strike be more useful in right now than Lancelot X. Well, actually, Lancelot X is not bad. It's just that not that great, because you know, and Lancelot X did get that Light Slayer, like even like the off element slayers besides like Gabrielle, because Gabrielle, you know, it's Gabrielle or Gabby. You know, like with Raw, Nanami, and Lancelot X, they're never like top tier picks on those types of elements. Like you hardly see Raw be very good in water dungeons. You don't see Nanami be very good in light dungeons, and of course you don't see Lancelot very good in dark dungeons for the most part. Even if the abilities puts them in their favor. Of course, Raw has the extra Fiend Slayer to make stuff work, like the 22nd floor, but Lancelot X has Dark Slayer, but when you go for Dark Slayer, there will be light monsters, and then you start comparing it to, then you start seeing if you want to bring Udi or Arthur over Lancelot X. Yeah, yeah. Even in like stuff like Skyomi, you've seen the Random Talk Sunday. I just like blind flicked Skyomi, and I only needed Udi as a for my light monsters, Udi, Genji, and of course Pandora as well. But you don't see Lancelot X there, even though he is a very strong monster in Skyomi, like one of the better monsters, let's just say. You know, with the recovery, strike shot's really strong, and of course the Dark Slayer makes everything a-okay. Although the bomb combo is a little sketchy. Actually, he has a energy circle too, so even the energy circle, like against with Ugi and stuff like that, you know, it's the same. It's a light energy circle versus a light energy circle, so they should be like somewhat comparable, but people still bring Udi just because you know, strike shot difference is a big thing, and of course Pierce is a little bit easier, but you know. You take more damage, although Skyomi doesn't do that much damage if you play right. But just that Lancelot X hardly gets any use in there, even if he's a top tier pick. Nanami got some love with Nirvana because, you know, you need fixed damage, and she is the best water monster with fixed damage. So with Lancelot X, it's hard because there's never a dungeon where recovery is a must, and yeah, where recovery is a must. You know, like Raw has something really cool with the Fiend Slayer, so you can always make a Fiend Water Monster in there, Fiend Water Monster dungeon, so that she'll be really good. And of course with the Gravity Barrier, Nanami has her unique thing between like all the other monsters, all the other stuff is fixed damage with her knockup. Lancelot X, the only difference for the most part is of course the piercing strike shot, but it's more about the recovery, and the recovery is not, it's really hard to make use of because there's no, of course, with dungeon, like even like in Shambhala, you'll bring you'll bring Roma over Lancelot X. You'll bring Sanada over Lancelot X. So hopefully something happens for Lancelot X, because normal Lancelot of course has disuse in Avalon, and pretty much his Spark Bullet does a lot. Another thing is 4-turn Strike Shot makes him a no block, so you can use it in Arcadia. And for people that have seen some Arcadia videos, there is a video where you just one-shots the guy because of a special trick that you can do there. And even like the recent Butterfly, the Butterfly monster, and this Lancelot's very good because of all the hits that you can do. So that's something different when you compare it to all the other water monsters in the game. So he'll be somewhat useful, but Lancelot X, like if you compare it to all the light monsters that are really good in like dark dungeons, and they are not very strong because you have Arthur and Udi, and then you compare it to the fire no gravity berry monsters, then you have to deal with Hanzo, Sanada, and Noma, and even like the really bottom tier ones like Kao as well. So it's really hard to do anything about it. At least Lancelot, if you don't have like, you know, he can't be as good as, like, he's not as good as like Rolf and D'Artagnan in that sense, but his Spark Bullet does make him kind of unique when you need those like 100 hits on that giant scorpion. Okay, last bar with Lancelot and perfect position for Legion. Sadly, I didn't one-shot him. Ouch. Okay, well, this is where I start strike shotting like a madman, and I'm gonna clear the bomb side with it. And all the spark bullets flying. So 1,000. How many hits? 1,145. Did I? I'm gonna check if I actually break that record right now, because I remember Royce did over 1,100 on another dungeon, so that's why he's top on that list. But I'm gonna check right now. Boot up my game. Of course, this is recording, so that's why I can whatever. And finish off this clear. Nice. And after this is all about strike shotting. I'm not gonna strike shot with the 4-turn because there's no real point. Okay, strike shot with the sword. And there's a boot on top as well, so that's even more damage. Let's see the damage. Sparks flying. 4.3 million. And the finish. And my boot and my game is not loading. But I will check it for and I'll tell you in the description if I actually beat it. But that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.